Hey, welcome. Today we're talking about something that could, no joke, help you save a life. It's CPR, or cardiopulmonary resuscitation. We're going to break down what it is, and maybe even more importantly, when you should use it. Let's get right into it.
Okay, let's just imagine this for a second. You're out, maybe at the grocery store, maybe at work, and someone right near you just collapses. What do? I mean, your first thought is probably panic, right? But what if I told you that knowing the next step could literally change everything? What we're dealing with here is sudden cardiac arrest. And yeah, it is the definition of a life or death moment. The person's heart has just stopped beating. And from that second on, the clock is ticking fast. And listen, this isn't some Hollywood movie scene. This can happen to anyone, anywhere. A total stranger, someone you work with, even someone you love, right in front of you. That's why being prepared isn't just for doctors and paramedics. It's for all of us. So when you're faced with that situation, what's the most powerful tool you have? It's CPR. But what is it really? Let's get into it. Okay, so here's the textbook definition. It sounds kind of complicated, right? An emergency procedure that combines chest compressions with artificial ventilation to preserve brain function. Whoa, a bit of a mouthful. But don't worry, we're going to make this way, way simpler. Actually, the name itself tells you pretty much everything you need to know. It's all right there. So check it out. Cardio, that's about the heart. In pulmonary, that's all about the lungs. So when you put it together, cardiopulmonary resuscitation is really just you stepping in to help someone's heart and lungs when they can't do the job themselves. And here's the most important part to get. When you do CPR, you are literally becoming that person's heart and lungs. You're the one pushing that oxygen-rich blood to their brain, to all their vital organs. You're basically creating this bridge to survival. You're buying them precious, precious time until the paramedics can get there. Okay, this brings us to what might be the biggest question of all. We know what CPR is and why it works, but when do you actually do it? Figuring out the when is absolutely, positively critical. Because, knowing when to start is just as important as knowing how. I mean, you don't want to start CPR on someone who doesn't need it. That could actually hurt them. So how can you be sure? Well, luckily, there's a super simple check that makes the decision really clear. It's just a simple 3-step check for anyone to use. Okay, step 1, check for a response. You tap them firmly on the shoulder and shout, "Hey, are you okay?" If you get absolutely nothing back, you move on. Step 2, check their breathing. Look at their chest. Is it rising and falling normally? Or is there nothing? And this part's really important. If you see them taking these weird occasional gasps for air, that is not normal breathing. That's a huge sign of cardiac arrest. And finally, step 3, and do this fast. Call for help. Yell for someone nearby to call 911. Or grab your own phone, call, and stick it on speaker. So here's the trigger, plain and simple. If the answer to those first 2 questions is yes, if they're unresponsive, and they're not breathing or just gasping, it's time to act. That's your signal, your green light. You need to start chest compressions right away. No hesitation. So, why does all this matter so much? Why is it so important to act fast? Well, the impact that a bystander that you can have in that moment, it's huge. I mean, it is almost impossible to overstate. Just look at this number, 3 times. That's how much you can increase someone's chance of survival. When a person gets CPR right away from someone like you, their odds of making it can double or even triple. Just think about that for a second. Your actions, just pushing on someone's chest, could be the one thing that lets them go home to their family again. Experts have this term. They call it the chain of survival. It's this whole series of things that have to happen to save a life. And you know what the very first, most vital link in that chain is? It's not the ambulance. It's not the doctors at the hospital. It's you, the person who sees it happen and makes the choice to step up and do something. So we're going to leave you with this final thought. Everything you've just learned here, it's a fantastic, crucial first step. But the next one is to go get real hands-on training. Because when that moment happens, and it really can't happen anytime, anywhere, the most important question in the room won't be, is there a doctor here? It's going to be, are you prepared to be the difference?